Okay guys, welcome back to the channel and another episode on the old Land Rover. I think a lot of you thought, well, you know, with the TIF, the MOT and the registration, the project was finished, but and so might have I, but honestly, the more I drive it, and over this past week that I've been using it every day, there are so many little things, and some slightly bigger things, that I notice and need to get done. So whether it's a vibration, whether it's this passenger door popping open, or whether it's, I don't know, the in this case the speedo's not working, there's always something, or maybe, you know, the door lock at the back, you know, there's always something that needs to be done, because during the restoration process I didn't do much on the body at all. I mean, you know, I did quite a bit on the wheel wells and so on, but there's so many parts that still need to be done. So actually what it's turned into now is in a pretty good condition rolling restoration, because it's simply not finished. I noticed when I was doing some work on it yesterday that the underside of the doors here have also rusted, so I popped some rust converter on there, you know, ready for another day when I actually get on to do the job. So that's going to be another job on the list. But today's job is to fix the speedo, so I actually know how fast I'm going, or how fast I'm not going, whichever way you want to look at it. But it's a bit rainy today, but it's fine. I'll just pull the Land Rover into the garage there and get cracking. So first things first, we've got to remove these 3 screws which are holding the cable in place. So I'll do that now. Okay, the bottom 2 of those screws are easy enough, but if you've got the overdrive in the way, it's a bit tricky to get that top screw, but it's all possible. And anyway, that just pulls out like that. And you can see, I don't know if there's much wear on there, but I don't know where the problem is, whether it's this end or whether it's at the dashboard end, but we'll soon find out. Okay, so this is the replacement cable. And this came from a chap in Germany who's also restoring his Series 3, and he had this one spare and it's brand new. So you can see on this end, and this is where mine is broken in my car, the connector is broken behind the dashboard. So either it pops out and it's a problem at that end, or I don't know, maybe there's an issue at this end, but we shall see. Okay, so I just did 2 things there. First of all, I temporarily fitted the new cable and then jacked the car up to rotate the drive shaft, just to make sure that it actually turned at the end here, which it does, so that's good, so it grips on the inside. And the second thing is, I've done, quite crudely, is just taped with gaffer tape the end of the new cable to the old cable. I'm just going to pull that through through the engine bay, so I've got a guide. Okay, so first of all, this, I suppose everybody probably does this when they're working on the engine, and I've mentioned it before in videos, but a tip that somebody gave me was to bungee cord that back. So what I do is I put some cardboard in between the windscreen wiper and the bonnet so it doesn't scratch, and then bungee cord that back, because actually you can see by the, well, I can tell you it's a windy day today, and this would be the perfect perfect opportunity for the wind to catch the bonnet and come down on my head. So that is a safety precaution. And then we have the speedo cable here, goes through the bulkhead there, and I've put it just quite loose down there, but what I have done, don't know if you can see it, but back down in there I've put a cable tie to the clutch feed line, so I've got to cut that. And then, oh, there's another one back there as well. I've secured it twice, belt and braces, so I'll cut those 2 and then put it through. So using that as a guide and taping that to the other end worked pretty well. It's a bit fiddly trying to get through all of this mass here, this clobber, but it's fine. And that pulling that through worked pretty well. So now what I've got to do is I've got to take out that grommet there, take off the dashboard, which I've done a million times, and then pull it through. So just whip the steering wheel off, pop that over there, and pull the dashboard out, and you can see already that just by pulling the dashboard out, that's the cable right there, and it just doesn't connect at all to the back of the speedo, so that is clearly the issue. So I'm going to pull that one through now. I'm going to take that one back out through into the engine bay and push the other one through and then connect it up. Another thought that I had is this charging device here, or this outlet, power outlet. Because I'm using this every day, it's quite handy to have some kind of a charger for the iPhone or something. I wonder if any of you guys have created something or modified this, or even know whether the output of this is okay to use on an iPhone. So if you've got any ideas or any cool custom solutions, I'd be very interested to know. Or if it's not this, then anything else. But I guess I could install a USB port somewhere. I definitely don't want to cut into this. Maybe in here somewhere, I don't know. But any ideas, please let me know. So just another little tip. What I did was I connected some string, or in this case some wool, to the cable when I pulled it out. So then just swapping that over to this cable, because when I did this recently, it's quite tricky getting that up through there. So I'll just be able to pull it through. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that very well. I can't actually pull it out much further, but yeah, basically you have to push that, pinch the plastic retainer and then push it on, and it makes quite a satisfying click, and that is really in there. So that was the difference with the one that came out. It just wasn't holding on the back of the Speedo. So let's see if it works. I'm going to put it all back together now and see how we get on. So that is the grommet fitted, and now I've just got to do my connections down there and put it into the original holders, which are along the side of the gearbox. Unfortunately, when I put it all back together and sealed the transmission tunnel cover in place, I realized I'd forgotten to put the catch for the holder, or the clasp that goes on the gearbox inspection cover to hold this. So I'll have to try and get under there at some point to do that, but it's very difficult because I've sealed the cover to the transmission from the inside. So that's why the cable ties were there. But anyway, one's there but one's missing, and it's in a box in the garage. But I think it'll be fine. Okay, so I've got pretty much everything put back together, and I tell you that the thing that took the longest in this job was getting the top screw of that bracket which holds the Speedo cable into the housing here. That took the longest. Probably took me about half an hour to get in. It's so fiddly. I actually went from the driver's side, used a little flathead bit which I had, and got it in that way, and then got a flexible extension on a screwdriver and made it go in. But that was by far the most time-consuming part. But anyway, it's all back in now. I've got it in the, I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah, you can. It's connected up into the clip there. And as I say, there's one of those which goes on the bell housing inspection plate, which I'm missing. And what I've done here is, just to explain what I was saying earlier, if the camera would focus, I've actually sealed this inspection panel or cover to the body. So I'm sort of a bit reticent to break the seal and take it, but bring it up. But that's why you don't seal those things, I guess, because you need to be able to get in there. But anyway, I'm going to put everything back together. I've got the dashboard back together. I've got to put the steering wheel on. I've got to put the center console bit back in and do my cable ties in here. And then I'm going to take it for a test drive to see if it actually works. Okay, so that is everything back together. Everything back in. I've got the steering wheel back on. Actually was able to straighten that up a little bit as well. So I am now going to go off for a quick test drive and see if it's worked. I really hope it works, because it's a bit weird driving without a speedometer. So let's see how we get on. Okay, so just pulling onto the road, just testing it for the first time. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. This is the first time, whoops, I've had a Speedo, and look how smooth it is. Jesus, it used to bounce around all over the shop. Look at that. Oh, that's the speed limit here. That is so cool. All of the dials now work. Temperature, fuel, all of the lights, and now the Speedo. So finally that mileage will start going up a little bit. Very cool. Very cool indeed, I'm very happy. Right, I'm going to drive home now and get some lunch. I'll see you later. That's overdrive. Okay, so what I've just noticed is I did about 5 kilometers back from work to my house, and the speedo worked really nicely, really smoothly, but the tachometer, the mileage, didn't go up. So there's clearly something stuck in there. I don't know if they've not been moved in 20 years, 25 years, that they just get stuck. Maybe it needs a bit of WD-40, or maybe one of you knows what the problem might be there, but it'd be interesting to know if that's a common issue or not, and if there's a fix for it. But otherwise, the main thing is that the speedo's working, and I'm really pleased about that.